I bought some of the Iron Maiden NFTs so that you didn't have to. And we're going to get these guys unpacked together. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is a very strange experience, unpacking something without physically unpacking something. I mean, we're going to unpack it on the internet, but we're not going to physically... We're not going to physically unpack it. It's such a strange idea. But I'm going to get this moved over. We're going to get this camera moved, and we're going to get these guys opened up and see what we got. And I really learned a whole lot in getting these guys and getting to this point where we're going to get these unpacked. But I'm going to get these unpacked, we're going to see what we got, and then we're going to talk about what I learned and in the experience. I mean, because there is a little bit more to getting your hands on these guys than simply just trying to log on and get your hands on them. So the first pack here, we're going to get this guy. Let's see if it'll let me rip it. I think that there's a certain time that you have to be. Let's see, I'm just going to sign in to my cloud wallet. Let's see. You don't own any packs yet. So I think that there's a certain time in the day that you have to open these guys, is what I believe is going on with that. I mean, there's a certain time in the day, so I think we have to wait until 2 p.m., which would be 4 p.m. Standard Eastern Time, but I'm going to try it again anyways to see what happens. It says, after you open your Iron Maiden pop, you can claim your cards. So it's not going to let me do it just yet. I think that we're going to have to wait until a certain time. And I'm going to move over real quick to their actual site and see what it says about there being a time slot, because I want to say that you can buy them at a certain time, but you can't physically open them until a certain time. So let's see, they go on complete your set. I mean, you see that they got a bunch of really cool ones, right? I mean, they got some cool cards in this lineup, and they even kind of have this Jason figure going on. I mean, so there's some really epic cards in this one, even though I'm still not calling them cards. They're a gift. I'm not going to call these things a card. I mean, you can't physically hold it. It's not really a card. But it doesn't say exactly when you're supposed to be able to open these guys, but I know that you can buy them at 11, but then you can't physically open them until a later time. So maybe I'm going to come back later and we'll make this video again.
One eternity later.
All right, we are back to see if they will let us rip these packs now. Now, what I did discover is that they make you wait a certain amount of time before they'll actually let you rip these packs open. That seems really odd to me that they make you wait, but it's whatever. We're gonna see if we can get this one open now. All right, it says continuing to wait. We're going to sign in using all of that good stuff. After you open it, so we're gonna go with the $15.99 pack right here. Let's see. There's a lot of steps in getting these guys open. I mean, look, if anything ever felt super strange and really awkward, this is it right here. As somebody who's never done this before, I mean, it makes you go through these lots of steps to get these guys open, and I don't really know why there's a waiting period. I mean, why exactly do we have a waiting period to opening these packs? I mean, why can't I buy the pack and then open it right away? It makes me feel like maybe it's not so random, right? I mean, maybe the randomness that they call as random is really not so random. Maybe there's something else going on behind the scenes that we're not 100% knowledgeable of. But look, I don't know that. Look, and it's not a conspiracy theory whatsoever. We're gonna wait for this thing to load, I guess, and see if it'll let me open it. It still seems really weird that it's taking so long for it to load. I mean, it makes sure that I'm connected to everything. We're still just, I guess, gonna wait. It seems really weird. So it tells me on here that the common has a 51% chance, the uncommon is 28% chance, rare is 14% chance, epic is 1.4, and then we go into the legendary that is a 0.9, and the grail is a 0.37. I mean, so if that gives you any idea how hard it's going to be to get to legendary and grail, I mean, it's almost going to be impossible. You have a 1.0, not even that. Hold on, what do you got? You have a 1.27% chance of getting a legendary or grail. I mean, so your odds of getting a pop are just crazy out of there. I mean, that's when I say that this is the Funko lottery. I mean, that's what this is. This is a scratch-off ticket that you purchased knowing that you were going to scratch it off. I don't know why we're still waiting so long, but I'm gonna hit that real quick and see what happens. And then that did something crazy. So let's get over here now and see what is going on. I don't know why I'm having so many problems with getting these guys opened. So now it doesn't show at all that it's there. So maybe it's gonna show up in my NFTs. Maybe if I like, haha, it did show up. So anyways, that was kind of silly. So we ended up with this guy. This is the Peace of Mind Eddie. Now this is a common. Yes, that one's a common. Looks pretty badass to be a common. The Killer Eddie is also a common. Once again, looks really badass. I mean, these guys, look, they did a lot of artwork when it come to making these, and you kind of got to give them credit where credit is due. I mean, they put down some pretty badass artwork when it came to them. Now this somewhere in the time Eddie is pretty badass. This is an epic though. This is still not a legendary, still not a grail, but it is pretty badass. At the end of the day, you can press play on these guys and it has the whole scene that goes on behind him. That's really cool what they have going on there. And then we have the Somewhere in Time Eddie common, which is, it just kind of sits there and does that spookiness right there. And then they come with this coin. This coin is pretty cool. I kind of wish that the coin was a physical coin, and that's kind of where I've been with the NFTs, right? I mean, the NFTs are kind of cool in theory. You got this really cool like thing going on here, but you don't have any physical property, and that coin would be a really cool coin if maybe like Funko would send you the coin, and it didn't even have to be a super expensive coin. I mean, they could make this thing out of plastic or anything and just kind of mail it to you as an added bonus to say, I appreciate you buying the packs. Now we're gonna rip this one open and see what we have. Hopefully we get something. I doubt it though. I mean, because like I said a second ago, at the end of the day, this really is just a lottery system. I mean, so you kind of have to go into these. Oh, here we go. We're gonna get the full. Oh, ripped it open. And this is what we have. So we have a rare, and so let's click on. So we have a rare, we have a Freddy Funko, which is going to be an uncommon, which is pretty badass. We have a rare Freddy Funko with the guitar, also pretty badass. And then we have the common version of this guy and the uncommon of. I mean, so I didn't end up with any kind of. Pop, and I didn't think that I would, to be honest. I mean, I didn't think that would ever happen. This guy is pretty cool though. He doesn't have any arms. He's like fighting his way through it. Pretty cool guy. This Funko Freddy right here is an uncommon. This is also really cool. I like what they got going on there. Like I said a second ago, guys, the artwork that they put into these is pretty badass. I mean, I can't take that away from them at all. There is some really cool artwork that goes into these at the end of the day. One of the biggest things I learned with these cards is that there's a waiting queue that you have to get in before you can get ready to buy them. You get into this queue, and some people get into this queue really early in the day. I mean, they get into the queue and then they wait 12, 24 hours. I mean, it just crazy amounts of time. So one of the biggest things I learned, if this is something that you're gonna do, is it doesn't matter how long you were in the queue. It only matters that you were in the queue before they went up for sale. So if you're in the queue before they go up for sale, they shuffle the deck basically of everybody that's in the queue and then put you in random orders just based on the people that are in the queue. So you could be number 1 or you could be number 10,040, just depending on how they shuffled the deck, right? I mean, so that's one of the things to keep in mind. If this is something that you're going to get into. Something else to keep in mind, the more devices you have logged on, the better chances you get a ability to buy these guys. You get shuffled closer to the deck. So if you have a cell phone, a laptop, and a computer, maybe you want to get logged in on all 3 of these guys so that you have a better chance of getting shuffled closer to the beginning of the deck, because the further back you are, the less likely you are to get your hands on these guys. They were a little bit more fun than maybe I anticipated. I don't ever see myself getting these again though. Full disclosure. I mean, I don't ever see myself getting these again, but they were a little bit of fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before we get out of here, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is no Wayneko crew without you, and I truly appreciate you watching. Until next time, have a good one.